Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at utrail.com, and today we are looking at our Hollywood Racks destination for bike rack here on our 2021 Hyundai Palisade. Now this is a good bike rack if you're filled up your Palisade with all your friends, all your family, and you all want to go for a bike ride, and you need a bike rack that's relatively light, relatively affordable, and can carry bikes of different shapes and different sizes. Now let's first take a look at how our bike is mounted to this bike rack. We have two wheel straps holding that in place, as well as a frame mount here holding onto our bike's frame. Note how this frame mount is holding onto it by its down tube, which is nice because we have this frame mount that can rotate 360, around, up, down, to fit bikes of different shapes and sizes. So if you have your children's bikes, your step-through bikes, or your women's bikes, this will work with that. To dismount the bike, I start with the wheel strap. I press that lever. This releases the strap, so I pull that strap through and rotate it so it's downwards. Makes it a lot easier to take off the bike. So press that lever, lift up on the strap, and rotate that downwards. Then we go over here to our frame mount. Now a good trick to this is to hold on to your bike as you do so. Just make sure it's supported. Press that lever again and push out that strap. That way you can lift out that strap and release it from its frame mount. From here you can then tilt it a little bit to the side, just enough to get clearance over that mast, and you are ready to go on a bike ride. With this bike out of the way, let's take a look at the bike rack itself. We have these cradles on each side. Notice how they are angled downwards. That allows it to accommodate different wheelbases. You also have this strap that has this rubber grip, and this secures your bike's wheel as well as protects it from scuffs and scratches, and it ratchets down to secure your wheel. Let's put this second strap in. Alright, we took a look at our frame over here, our frame mount. See how it rotates around, up and down. And that works with your different frames of different, sizes or designs. You have this mast up here as well, so if you want access to your hatch, you're going to have to lower your mast. To do so, you need to release this knob. That loosens it. And then you can lift up on this support, and that allows you to lower your mast. What I like to do is use the wheel straps to secure it in the down position. There you go. And that lowers your mast, allowing you to access your hatch without having to take the bike rack off completely. Now that way you can get into your trunk, grab your helmets, your bags, whatever you need for your trip. Other bike racks can tilt away, so that's another feature they have, and this does not, but it makes up for it with the lowering mast. Now when you are carrying around a bike rack, you do have some length added to the back of your vehicle. Let's take some measurements and see exactly how much. Measuring from the back bumper of our Palisade all the way to the end where these nice reflectors are, it's 40 inches long, and that's a fair amount of length, but you are carrying around 4 bikes. Just keep that in mind when you are backing into your garage or parking into a tight spot. This does have a weight capacity of 35 pounds per bike, so if you have your heavy e-bikes, this might not be the best fit for that. For your average mountain bike, road bike, it's a fit. Also, this can fit wheels of or tires of up to 3 inches in width. Another thing you can do with this, let's check ground clearance first though, is that it has a shank rise. So measuring at the end by the reflectors, it's 23.5 inches for ground clearance. And measuring here by the shank, it's 10.75 inches. So if you're worried about ground clearance, notice how it angles upwards to give you a little extra ground clearance, a little extra clearance when you're going up a steep incline like a driveway or a hill. But if you want to cut down on that length, you can also fold up your bike rack. To do so, there's this pin and clip here at the end. So take out that clip and rotate this knob in order to take out that pin. With that out, you can then fold up your bike rack right there and secure it with that knob or that pin that you just took out. So this is threaded, which allows you to get a nice secure fit on your bike rack as it's folded up, and then extra secure with this clip at the end. Let's put that in place right there. So with it folded up, big difference compared to when it was folded down. Let's take some measurements here. From our back bumper, now the furthest point is by these arms, which is in line with this mast, and it's 13.5 inches from our back bumper. Closest point between the bike rack and the vehicle would be by the mast, and it sits at, from the back bumper to the closest point, at 5.25 inches. Plenty of space, plenty of clearance. There's no contact between the bike rack and our vehicle. Now, the way this bike rack is mounted to the hitch is this fits into a 2-inch solid hitch like what we have on our Palisade. It comes with an anti-rattle bolt as well as a lock, but I also recommend picking up our cable lock, which works with this in order to secure both your bike rack and your bikes. All right, my final thoughts about this bike rack is I love how it's an affordable option. I love how it allows me to carry around 4 bikes and still have that platform rack security on my Palisade here. Notice how you have your entire rear window free, but it does slightly cover your license plate and your backup camera, but your tail lights are open. So those are just different features, like how you have to take your bikes off in order to access your hatch because it doesn't tilt away, but it's lightweight and it's something that even I can lift and install. So that was a look at the Hollywood Racks Destination 4-bike platform style rack here on our 2021 Hyundai Palisade.
Now we're going to go ahead and take it on our test course. First we'll start with the slaloms. This is going to show the side-to-side action. It's kind of going to mimic the movements that you'll see whenever you're driving down the road normally. Now we'll have the alternating speed bumps. This is going to be more so like the uneven roads and some of that uneven terrain you might be traveling on, and see how it holds up.